Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about that Rosario Dawson Punisher story from over the weekend. Well, as many of you know, a lot of these Netflix characters have been making a revival in the MCU. We actually saw Wilson Fisk return in Hawkeye, and Daredevil return in No Way Home, who's now getting his own series, appearing in She-Hulk, and both characters are very likely to appear in Echo. So Marvel Studios is clearly embracing some of its Netflix roots. Now, there have been a ton of rumblings for a while for a revival of Jon Bernthal's Punisher. He is one of those A-plus Marvel castings, and although the 2 seasons of the show were met with a mixed response, everybody loved him as the Punisher. Now, recently, Rosario Dawson made an appearance at the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. Right now, she's starring in The Mandalorian, but for fans of the Netflix show, many of us remember her as the night nurse, Claire. During this appearance, a fan actually asked her about Jon Bernthal's Punisher returning to the MCU and what she thought of that, and her response was pretty interesting. So let's check out what she said.
Heard that announcement, but I found out yesterday that the Punisher was happening again. So I feel like it's my second chance because it was the only one of the shows that I wasn't in, and I love Jon Bernthal. So let's all make it happen collectively, guys.
Now, her response is pretty interesting there because she seems to confirm that she literally yesterday found out that the Punisher is indeed returning. Now, when you listen to the fan ask the question though, he actually put the Punisher in with Daredevil and Kingpin, who have been confirmed to return to the MCU, making this a little bit confusing. Now, since then, she seems to have backed up a little bit from the report, because earlier today, she dropped a tweet that seemed to contradict what she said at the convention. But quite honestly, I'm not really believing what she said here. In the tweet, she said, "I can't be trusted. Getting intel from fans during signings is iffy, apparently. My bad. I get excited. Confirmation is key when you're told what you want to hear." Now, I really love this tweet from her because she's totally right. We often hear what we want to hear when it comes to some of these fan expectations, and I think this might actually be a case of that. Now, does this mean the Punisher won't return? Well, I don't think so. We are still hearing multiple reports from scoopers here and there that seem to indicate yes, he will return. But in what capacity, we'll have to wait and see. The upcoming Daredevil series is 18 episodes, meaning there is a ton of time to explore the current Marvel New York City underworld. And I actually really do believe that between Echo and Daredevil, we're actually going to get that fleshed out in a way that is completely unexpected. I would not be surprised if Marvel definitely has plans for Jon Bernthal to return. We just don't have confirmation of it yet. But this is exactly where he would appear, and I really see no reason why he wouldn't. Now, does this mean he'll be as violent as the version we saw on Netflix? Probably unlikely, but all those shows did manage to come over from Netflix to Disney Plus, and they weren't edited for content, so I do remain hopeful the gritty nature of that version of the Punisher is maintained in the MCU. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Jon Bernthal is one of the best castings Marvel has ever had, and honestly, I really can't see another actor picking up the role of Frank Castle. Now, we're going to follow this story pretty carefully. I actually think it'll play a key role in fleshing out what Marvel Studios intends to do with the MCU and specifically those Netflix characters. I really do believe a lot of them are coming back, and as we get more news, we're going to bring it to you right away. But until we know more, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Frank Castle's Punisher returning potentially into the MCU? And do you think Rosario Dawson just got a little too excited or revealed an actual detail? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.